All right, before I share that one secret that will help you beat the sports book, let me tell you a little bit about who I am, why. Because if you don't understand where I came from or who I am, then you may not believe this one little thing that will get you to beat the sports book. Now, my name is Ken. I'm with Better Culture. Back in the day, I started a sports betting app. It was called Picking Duck, where you can place bets for free and you rank based on how well you did that week. Now, I created this app based on my seeking knowledge of how to beat the books. And one thing that I figured was that I wanted to see how other people are betting on sports. And if you see how other people are betting on sports, you see how winners are betting on sports, maybe you can follow them and learn from them. And that's what I'm here today to teach. And that's what I'm learning because over all those years, like I probably started building that app in 2016. Over all those years, I finally learned how to actually beat this game, beat this sports book. And it's a learning process, and most people have not gone through all that experience that I have. I started sports gambling back in high school, where all you had to do was make a phone call and tell them what bet you wanted. You know, most people, if you didn't live in Vegas, they didn't have access to a sports book, but we did. We had bookies. You call them up, you place your bet. And it wasn't just me that was doing this. It was something that my dad did. And so I did. And all my friends did this. So we were doing it from high school all the way up through college. And I'm already old now and I got kids and everything. So I've gone through that whole experience of learning, losing, seeing my dad lose, and trying to figure out ways to actually beat this game. And that's one thing that is basically my goal in life, to help you become a better sports bettor, because I've seen the losses. When my dad lost, it was a very troubling time for me, and so that's why I wanted to solve this problem. And I don't want other people to go through what I went through growing up, losing and having an addiction to gambling, especially sports gambling, which can be done every day of somebody's life, right? So that's who I am, but that's basically why I'm sharing this as well, because like I know the feeling of loss, and it really sucks. And just I I just remember just trying to figure out, like, ooh, I figured it out. I got a system, and boom, the next week, all lose it all. And it just was such a sad situation that I just couldn't figure out. And I started meeting more people, meeting real sports gamblers, and finally understanding, what it really takes. And what I found is that probably 99% of this world, even the people that are selling you picks, that are giving out picks, are all losers. That is just the fact of sports gambling. That's why they make so much money in this industry, right? So, what is that secret to beat the sports book? And it's something really simple, but most sports bettors never get this right. In fact, it's probably something that people who gamble never get it right. Okay. And this can be applied to either sports betting or whatever gambling that you're doing. And it's basically a number one rule to beating the book, right? And that is go slow. Go slow. So, what does that mean basically? That basically means straight bet. Straight bet, straight bet, straight bet. Because the quicker a bet is to win, the quicker it is also to lose. And that most of the time when you parlay or you make these big old bets, they end up losing, and it's just the worst thing that can happen. You lose your entire bankroll, and then you can't play or you can't pay your bills. And that's where it becomes an addiction and something that is just not fun anymore, and then you end up quitting. But the idea here is to go slow. And when you go slow, you need to take let's say it's 3, 5 picks a day. You can do that as long as you're betting straight, because you can go 3 and 2 and be -1 unit. Great, that's an okay day. And then you go the next day and you go the next day. It's about consistency, going slow, and you can play that daily. And as long as you stay consistent with your units, you're gonna hit maybe 50%, unless you can get plays. But um, most people, I would say that they're going to hit under 50%. But if you can hit over 50% of your plays, you're going to be a winner in that long run. And that's basically what this game is about. It's about those slow wins in that, and playing it for a long time, and year after year, season after season. That's how you win in this game. That's what I've learned. When I was younger, of course, I didn't play that way. You're trying to make it big. You're trying to quit your job, and that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to get there fast, but that's not how you do it. That's not how you do life. Basically, there's a lot to learn, and for sports betting, you'll never learn it if you never take the time to figure out the things that need to happen, which is stop betting dumb parlays like $5 to win $2,000. It just doesn't happen. And when it does happen, then you start doing it again and you end up losing all your money. I've seen it so many times. So if you want to beat the sportsbook, go slow and play for a very long time. My name is Ken with Better Culture. If you want some more videos on how to beat the sportsbook, check out my YouTube page.